Knowing that you're playing over an E7 chord, not an A anything. There's that. Anyway, so that's what he's doing. He's going from the one chord. He uses the minor pentatonic from the root. Then when he goes to the 4 chord, he plays an F sharp minor pentatonic over D in this case. So it's like you just start from the 3rd. You start from the 3rd of the chord. If you're used to that inversion, it'll be easy to find. That's how I'd recommend doing it. Play a D major triad. Good, and use this voicing where your pinky's on the root. There we go, yeah. All right, and now we're gonna give up the root here. So we're not gonna play that. We're gonna start from the 3rd. So I'm gonna use my index finger on the 2nd fret, the F sharp. But I'm gonna play the same shape above that. This is a really cool, we don't want any, well, I guess you could leave your pinky, I guess, if you want, on the A string root. Might be a little bit much, but anyway, that's a really cool inversion for a D chord. And it's just a D triad. So like if you had an A, then you go to your D. If you wanted. That's kind of a little unconventional, but that's how I see the 3rd. On the 2nd fret? Yeah, it's an inversion. Yeah, that's a first inversion there. So that's what he's going from. He's going from A. Then he's going to F sharp minor pentatonic with a flatted 5th. Not adding it like a blues scale, but just flatting the 5th. So there's no ordinary 5th. This is the difference. Then he goes back. So we got the 1 chord. Over the D. Then back to the A. Then when he goes to the E chord, he plays a minor pentatonic from the A, like the original position, but flatting the A. So it's still the 3rd, actually. You know what? If you wanted, you could do this. You could do a G sharp pentatonic there instead, exactly like you did with the D. The difference is it won't be altered. So that's actually kind of a really cool point. So if you played like a progression that went 1, 5, 4, 1, you could do A minor pentatonic with bending the 3rds, obviously, so it's not strictly minor. Then to the 5 chord, you could play G sharp with a flatted 5th. Right? E to D to A. Then to E. There I did the one that he did originally, which was flatting the root. Yeah. Because that's altered, so it goes and resolves nicely back to the 1. Cool? All right, let's try it. Let's try kind of a test. Let's change key and try to do it. So let's do it in the key of G. So we got a G7 chord. What minor pentatonic do you play? Yep, go ahead and do that. Cool, and now we've got a C13, which is what he's thinking about, or effectively. What do you play here? Yep. E minor pentatonic. Yeah, definitely. Flat to 5. B flat, right. That's very important because this is a dominant chord. And so you want a flat 7, not a regular 7. Let's walk that together. Low E, G, A, B flat, and then open D string. Second fret, you got the E again, starting over, and then the open G, the A, B flat, which is kind of like a flat, it would be a flat 5 if this were an E chord, but it's a C chord that we're playing over. And then just skipping the B, well, not skipping the B string, but just going straight to the 3rd fret, so it's only one note on the B string. And then the open high E. And the high E matches the low E. The high E string matches the low E string. Oops, I shouldn't have done that open B. Good. You could do that over a C chord. It's kind of cool. C7 or C13 technically. And then back to your G. Yeah, depending on how you look at it. If you're talking about the minor pentatonic, you play over the D7, you'd play a G minor pentatonic, flatting the root. But that's so confusing, isn't it? I mean, flatting the root of the pentatonic, not the root of the actual chord you're playing over. That's why I think this is a little bit tricky, because it is convoluted. Like when you play a G chord or a D chord, play F sharp minor pentatonic, flatting the root. It's so convoluted in a lot of ways. It's like when you think about this, think about something else and make an alteration to it. See what I mean? Like that being convoluted. But the easiest way to memorize it is sort of not like with your hands. I mean, your hands don't memorize things. Only the brain does that. But is hands-on, like, so your brain has some concrete stuff to hold on to it. So you play your D chord. Remember, this is for a functioning 5 chord, though, because it's the altered scale he's playing, you know? So whenever you have a 5 chord here, you can go to the 3rd and play that. So, I mean, I would probably just do that for a little while. Oop. And then you go to your 1 chord, you know? Which actually, I mean, it's because it's altered, it'll move nicely. Like that, or like that. Or you could do like, or even simpler still. All right. Now, what if you went from a D7 to the C? You know, that's really common in a blues progression. You have a 5 chord to a 4 chord. What do you do there? What do you do over the D7 in that case?